What's good, Northwind? My name is Samuel, and today I'm going to be giving a complete guide to all the flintlock weapons in Northwind. Let's get started. Alrighty, as I took a look at these various weapons, I'm going to be ranking them based off different stats. Stats based on damage to the body, damage to the head, and reload speed. Also accuracy and versatility throughout the frontier. First, let's take a look at some pistols. Of course, we have the good old Sharp that comes in at 45 damage and 54 to the head with an 8.5 second reload speed. The Dorset is the same exact thing as it is a reskin for the SLC. These two weapons are really cheap and really easy to get, so I do recommend if you need a quick weapon to grab out on the frontier, I definitely recommend it. The Etienne pistol coming in at 45 damage and 54 to the head. It has 8.25 second reload speed and is pretty good for looks, but not really good at all for PvP or whatnot. I would definitely not bring that out on the frontier with me, especially wasting an insurance. The Bonnie pistol comes in at 50 damage and 60 to the head and has a 9.5 second reload speed. I personally would not use this at all on the frontier as it's more of a collector item. The Doglock, on the other hand, comes in at 75 damage and 90 to the head with a 9 second reload speed and is one of the most hardest punching pistols on the frontier. Definitely packs a lot of damage. The Doglock is really good and used for close range weapons as the accuracy is of course lowered, but the damage compensates for that. The Holstein comes in at 60 damage and 72 to the head with an 8.75 second reload speed, and is definitely, I think, the best pistol to use on the frontier. Definitely you should be aiming for this as it's longer range and packs a lot of damage. Alright, let's take a look at some carbines real quick. Not many use this as they think that it is the inferior version of a musket, but we'll definitely take a look at it anyways. The Charleston carbine comes in at 50 damage and 60 to the head with an 8.5 second reload speed, as the same with the Whitney, just a reskin for the SLC. These two are definitely good for closer range combat with definitely a little bit of a reload speed buff, but I would definitely not use this personally for me on the frontier. The Calvet carbine, on the other hand, comes in at 60 damage with 72 damage to the head and has an 8.25 second reload speed. A lot of my members use this, as well as a lot of other Northwind players. Definitely a great one to use, as the reload speed and damage are great. Alrighty, let's take a look at some muskets. Of course, we have the good old classic, the Charleston musket, coming in at 60 damage and 72 to the head with a 10 second reload speed. Of course, the same thing with the Whitney, it's just a SLC reskin. The Charleston and Whitney are really useful if you need a quick and cheap weapon to use on the frontier. The Clark, on the other hand, comes in at 70 damage with an 84 damage to the head and it has a 10.5 second reload speed. A little less accurate than the Charleston and Whitney, but it compensates for a higher damage. The Tradesman musket comes in at 65 damage and 78 to the head and it has a 10 second reload speed. The Tradesman is definitely one of the better muskets as it's highly versatile in situations and also has a higher damage than Charleston and higher accuracy than the Clark. Now let's look at some rifles. The Bayron comes in at 65 damage and 78 to the head and it has 11.75 second reload speed. The Bayron is definitely really good for accuracy and bullet drop. The Milton comes in at 65 damage and 78 to the head with 11 second reload speed. The Milton has a little less accuracy than the Bayron, but it comes with a little bit of a buff with the reload speed. The Reed, however, does 75 damage and 84 damage to the head with a 12 second reload speed. Pinpoint accuracy when crouched and is really good for the damage. Now let's look at some miscellaneous guns, shall we? The Blunderbuss, of course, comes in with 30 damage per lead ball and does 150 damage to the body and 180 to the head. It comes in with a 15.25 second reload speed. The Blunderbuss is great for close quarter combat and house defending in the PvP areas, and also is one of the favorites for the newer players. The Espingol comes in with 35 damage per lead ball with 210 damage for the body and 252 to the head. The reload speed is not posted yet on the wiki, but it is similar to the blunderbuss in the fact that it's a little bit slower. My guess is that it's around a 15.75 to 16 second reload speed. Definitely really good, as it has one more lead ball than the blunderbuss and does a little bit more damage. Though the compensation is that the S-Bengal has a lower accuracy. Coming in with a rarer gun, the Giselle comes in with 75 damage and 90 to the head, and it has a 15 second reload speed. I would use this if it's your only rare gun. It does decent damage and also has decent accuracy. Though the Giselle's reload speed definitely hinders your effect to fire rapidly. The Tanegashima comes in at 75 damage and 90 to the head with a 14 second reload speed. The Tanegashima is more accurate than the Giselle, and closer to a Milton and a Bayron, and it has a little bit of a buff with this reload speed. The Dopplet, however, does 50 damage per lead ball and 100 to the body and 120 to the head. It has a 13 second reload speed and is definitely one of the best, if not the best, weapon to use on the frontier, as it is highly versatile for medium to shorter range combat. Alrighty, to basically sum it up, for the newer players, I definitely recommend using a sharp pistol and also a Charleston musket or a Milton rifle, as those are easier to get and cheaper to insure. However, on the other hand, if you're more experienced with the game, I do recommend getting yourself a Holstein. That is the best pistol to use in most situations, and also to really try and get a rifle of some sort through a Reed or even maybe a Giselle. For the pro players, I definitely recommend using a Dopplet, as that is one of my favorite weapons, as it is a one-shot kill shot if you get both the bullets. Alrighty, that basically sums it up for the video. Definitely comment down below what is your favorite weapon to use, and or what videos would you guys like to see next for Northwind content. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching this video, and have a fun time out on the frontier.